Telling you right now, if you hate long videos, just pause this and stop watching. But if you like learning stuff, shut your mouth and listen to what I got to say. So, social media in the airsoft world. I'm going to be specifically focusing on, I need to get my beard trimmed. That's why, I'll get one or two hairs that are just like, hey, ugh. So, it's not that I'm just doing copious amounts of blow. It's just my beard gets shoved up into my nose sometimes, and I have really long nose hairs, because that's what happens when you're in your 30s. Good luck, kids. Anyway, so we're going to be specifically focusing on Instagram and its piece in the airsoft community, and I say that because a little bit on the YouTubes as well, but Facebook really doesn't have a presence on airsoft unless you're a field, and even then, it's mostly Instagram and YouTube. So, we'll start off by saying what I use. Remember that I also am a contributor for the Airsoft Ministries everything on their social media. What I like to use Instagram, specifically Instagram for, is to convey kind of the field's personality. As far as specific rules and bringing real specificity, because I don't like players. I don't think a player should have to ask a question. I feel like I, as a assistant manager or someone who runs the social media, should be able to anticipate and answer in a specifically articulated way that's easy to understand all the concerns that any potential player, customer, whatever term you want to use, whatever they might have. Also, I try to use I'll try to drop some kind of cheeky stuff in, when players will ask, are you guys open on a Sunday? And I'll just, yes. Silly stuff like that. I don't really I try not to be, harsh or make fun of everyone, or anyone, I should say. I just try and be cheeky. Because that's, if you hang out with us as staff, that's how we are. We're just a bunch of, cheeky, joke-loving dudes and volunteers. That's kind of how it's not just oh, James makes it how James. It's you need to hang out with the staff a little bit more. We're all little bonkers, a bunch of churchgoers volunteering in an airsoft field literally every Sunday, for some of them for the last 9 years. We ain't all right in the head for the Lord. So that's how I use all of that. The ministry's Instagram used to really not have a presence, the Airsoft Ministry. If you go back years and years and look at their Instagram, it kind of used to not really exist. Because remember, it's all volunteers, and running an Instagram for a business is within itself a skill that unless you really put time, effort, and energy into it, you kind of screw it up a lot of the times, unless you're constantly learning about. So the way that I got good with the Instagram was I just started watching YouTube videos. I listened to a lot of Gary Vaynerchuk stuff. I just started studying the art of content, and that's why the Instagram for the Airsoft Ministry is what it is currently. It's just customer service for us, and a way to be funny and cheeky and show, hey, we're you can come to this field. We don't take ourselves too seriously. Look, it's in the backyard of a church. We're fine. We're going to give your son, come to our church. We're going to give you a gun. You're going to shoot your friend in the face. It's going to be hilarious for the Lord, and you're going to get 2 prayers and a message a day. Yay, God. Anyway. With access to both my Instagram, ASM_Caber, and the social media platforms for the field, I kind of would use those to play with what was popular and what would trend or go viral. In the airsoft world, what I was seeing specifically on YouTube, if you just type in airsoft, hit enter, and arrange it by views, that's usually what I look at as overall view count. Not so much time, you take that into consideration, but a million. If you look at a video that's been out for 4 years with 1 million views versus a video that's been out for 6 months with 800,000 views, you could argue that the video with a shorter amount of time but the slightly less views is more popular because of the time span. Anyway, so the popular stuff is unboxing. It's product related. It's unboxing, product reviews, generic just shooting a gun, but it's materialism. I tried doing some unboxing stuff for the birthday. I wasn't comfortable with it because I think unboxing videos are just stupid. I, as a person, don't like them. I tried it, hey, if it'll help grow the field, and remember, when I say grow the field, what I'm also saying is grow my church's church ministry. So if it'll put eyes on the church ministry, I feel like I, as a staff member, almost have this obligation to at least try it, and if I screw it up, I just won't try it again. So I was sort of playing with what was popular for the field's Instagram and kind of seeing that, and then I would try it either on my personal one or I'd switch it the other way around. Then I learned that anything with kids, like little, like wee kids, like 12 years old, like they're barely taller than an M4 kind of kids. Anything with our juggernaut stuff got mad popular. And just generic gameplay, like a kid in a dye mask with an HPA getting a sweep. For whatever reason, that'll get like 5,000 views within the first couple of days. Why? I don't know. I don't understand why this stuff gets popular. It's not my job. It's my job to exploit it. If you look at the Airsoft Ministries Instagram as far as the HPA explanation breakdown video, that thing's got almost I think it's at like 4,800 views, and it's an explanation of a rule, but it touches on a touchy subject in the airsoft world, is the HPA stuff, the semi versus full auto stuff, and because of that, it got huge. So really, when we're talking about me using the Instagram, both mine and the Fields one, what we're really talking about is me just being a mad scientist and going, oh, I wonder if this will be popular. Oh, I wonder if this will be popular. Oh, I wonder if this will be popular. I'll kind of touch on that in a bit. You know this is going to be a serious video. I got notes. You can't see it because it's a bright screen, but I got notes. Look at my notes. The great thing, social media, depending on how you want to navigate it, is great and horrible at the same time. In my opinion, it's 50-50, but life is like that. Life is whatever you want to make of it, or whatever you choose it to make of you, if that makes sense. What I liked it is it made me realize how smart I am. Because I'll throw up these rant videos, and I'll have people I've never even met from my own field, from other countries, not other countries yet. I don't count Canada as another country. I just count it as like a really big Montana. But I'll have kids from other states, players, and ref staff going, dude, I'm so glad you said that. Like, for this reason, and I had this experience, and then I'll talk to them, and we'll have this cool back and forth. And I'll just be like, dude, how am I the only one that's putting this, that's saying these? How am I the only person that's thought of this stuff and that said it in front of a camera with a microphone? Like, how did I just explode onto this scene with my rants, and then everyone loves, what? So there's that side of it. What am I talking about? I don't know. But it lets you know kind of how smart you are versus how dumb other people can be. Like, if you're the kind of person that says that an HPA gun makes you a better player, I think not only do I think you're a dumb player, I think you're a dumb person. I don't think you're an intelligent person when you say stupid things like that, and you can't use that logic in other aspects of the world. So what's funny is all the milsim kids in California, in my experience, all the silly, stupid milsim kids that are like, HPAs are bad and you should ban it, blah, blah, blah. These are the same people that are ranting and raving about California gun laws pertaining to AR-15s. Like, oh, you shouldn't ban this because it's the person, not the gun. Like, you just made your own counter argument. You can't argue both sides you can't do that. It's the same argument. You can't argue that it's the equipment, not the player, and then say it's the gun, not the... Do you not see it's the same argument? You're a stupid person. That's the problem. You're in your 30s and you're still serving pretzels at the mall. Oh, okay. You're not the manager. You just got hired. Oh, okay. Yeah. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Shout out to that guy still working the same job. We all know the guy I'm talking about. The guy that we've all known since high school, was very nice, not very bright, and has had the same job, is working at the same place in the same position, making the same amount of money he's been in since high school. I got a couple friends like that. Also got a couple friends that have been in and out of jail. Saw that coming. Ignore that text message. The downside is it kind of also exposes you to the cowardice and the negative side of the world, which I kind of do and don't like, because it's nothing. There are people that will say these things to your face. They're called terrible human beings, and they fall into the same category for me as the stupid human beings. They're the same kind of people. They're dumb. They're not intelligent. They probably shouldn't be on this earth sharing the same oxygen because they serve no purpose to a greater society. So what function do they have in this world? They exist and they consume resources. And they're just traffic on the freeway. They're the same people that will look at the one menu in McDonald's, but they'll look at both sides. They'll look at the Big Mac meal over here and the Big Mac meal over here. Let me get Bro, it's the same menu. Why do you have to look at both sides of the same menu? Moving on. Anyway. I don't mind. Some people can handle negative. First of all, you should never pay attention to the comments. But if you're bored, you're going to pay attention to the comments. I pay attention because I'll pick a fight. I don't mind someone challenging my opinions. There's a couple people that have had great opinions. Great ones. And I'll look at them and go, oh, dude, I didn't think of that. That's actually brilliant. Doesn't happen a lot. And the only people that have been able to do that are the people that I know and respect. So I'm like, oh, well, I value your opinion. Like, okay, I'm going to listen to you because you're a middle-minded person. Anyway, I don't mind cowards. Like, you wouldn't say that to my face. Like, of course they wouldn't say that to your face. That's why they're saying it on Instagram. No one has ever come up to my field and said, like, the kind of stuff they'll say in my Instagram comments. No one's ever come to the field and said that to my face. That's never gonna... Like, I'm 6 foot, 204 pounds, and I could whoop it. I'm not afraid to fight. Everyone knows that. I think that's also why no one wants to say anything to my face, because they know what I'm involved in. They know the people that I train with and around. They know what I do for fun, so whatever. Anyway. The negative. So there's no accountability for it, so that's whatever. Negative content. Negative content in the airsoft world, in my opinion, I classify this as negative content. Keep in mind, everything here is straight out of my noodle. Negative content is trash talking, cheater awareness. I'll go through each one. Trash talking, cheater awareness, rule breaking of any kind. Mag dumping, even though most of it's fake, but you kids are just stupid to figure that out. And negative trolling. I don't like cheater videos, like cheater expose video. Like, you're just... Look, I get it, that's a popular... Like, anything with the word cheater in it in an airsoft video is going to go viral super fast. But at the same time, you have to realize that you don't get to complain about the state of airsoft if you're posting videos every week exploiting cheaters. All you're doing is contributing to the negative content in airsoft. You do understand that, right? You do understand that. Even if you're an honorable player and you're exposing not honorable players, you're still feeding the dark fire. You're still feeding the dark side fire. You're still feeding into the negative content. You are not doing anything to make this community any better by showing people how terrible it is. Like, we get that, right? We understand, right? Right? Trash talking in general is just stupid. Like, most of you kids don't know how to talk trash anyway. There's an art to it, and if you want to study that art, go watch a Friars roast. That's how you do it. Like, bro, you're gay. That's it. Bro, you're not very good at this game. Throw another one at me, Sparky. You're terrible. Like, you're trash. Your gear is not expensive. You kids are the worst. Rule breaking of any kind. At Tac City, SoCal kids remind me of this. At Tac City, you cannot run while shooting. You can run on the field to go from position to position, but you cannot run and shoot at the same time. Now, here's what pisses me off about kids that complain about that. You know that's a rule. You never, ever, ever get to complain about the rules at the field you play at because you still choose to play there. You're not making this any better. You can't blame a field for their rules because that's their rules. You can try and talk to the management and go, hey, I understand that this is a rule, but can we try this? Like, what can we do to affect change long term? Not just, oh, Tac City sucks because you can't run and shoot. So don't play there. Shut your mouth and don't play there. Or go play at go to Full Force. Do that. There's options. But when you post videos of you breaking the rules, whether or not that rule is a stupid rule, look, I personally don't like that rule. I don't like that you can't run and shoot at the same time. For me, that's hard to remember. I've done it. I did it at TAC. I was running and shooting at a kid, and I stopped myself and went, oh, man, poopskis. And I just called myself out because I felt like a jerk. But you can't stop posting about how much you hate a field's rules, and then you keep going to that field Saturday, Sunday, Friday, You're stupid. You can't... What? That doesn't make sense to me. Even if you don't like the rule, that's still a rule. Stop being such a baby. Moving on. Here's what I find funny about most of the mag dumping videos. Out of all the ones that I've seen, maybe 20% of them are real. If I see 10 mag dumping videos, 20 of them are probably like legit, meaning they were actually like an actual mag dump. Everything else is just dudes mag dumping their friends at private games. You guys understand that, right? You understand that a lot of those mag dump videos, based on their reactions, are their friends at private games because they want to get mag dump footage. If you watch some of these accounts on Instagram and Facebook or whatever platform, they're at the same field, the same environmental settings, meaning it's like the same. If it's an outdoor field, it's the same. It's either daytime or nighttime. It's the same field. It's the same people that they're shooting at. Look what the kids are wearing that they're shooting at. Look at their reaction. If they're still... No one gets mag dumped and just shrugs it off. No one really does that. Oh, but he did it in his backpack. Oh, and that's his buddy, because he posted him doing the similar thing to a guy wearing that same outfit a month ago. Oh, so what they did was a bunch of their friends got together because they've been banned from all the public settings. So they all got together, pitched in for a private event so they could keep getting their cringy footage because they can't go to general play. You guys know that, right? Am I the only one that figured that out? Anyway, most of it's fake. Also, so a lot of these kids that are posting all this negative content, I want to see how they grow up. Because a lot of them are still in high school. I had a sliver somewhere in my hand. I think it's in my finger. My whole hand hurts. Anyway, a lot of these kids are doing these stupid things, are still in high school, or they're like late teens, early 20s. They're not grown up. They're immature. They don't understand what they're doing. They don't understand that they're causing another human physical pain because they're first world children. Listen to that very carefully. They are first world children. They grew up in America. They don't respect things because they've never had to. You don't really see this a whole lot in other countries that I've seen. Maybe once in a while. But America seems to be the worst offender. Because a lot of American kids grow up spoiled. And they can do whatever they want. Why do you think you can go to a field in a nice part of whatever state you're in a high income area, and see a kid for the first time he steps onto the field, he's decked. He's got a fusion, he's got the P-Star and the Crytek or the G&G body, he's got the die, he's got the pig, he's got the whole thing, and he is trash on the field. Trash. But all he wants to do is get Instagram cringy clout. So that's what he does. He's a trash player, but mommy and daddy paid for everything, so he just wants to be popular on Instagram and just troll. But when he grows up, when he goes to college, when he gets a job, he's probably going to live under a bridge. Because he doesn't have people skills, because he's a terrible human being. Good. Again, I like those people. Those are the people that serve me my pretzel at the mall. The world needs ditch diggers, kids. This is a weird video. Positive content. Here's how you get the Caber stamp of approval. Is that even a thing? Should I make stickers? Positive content. You know what's interesting? Not a lot of people post footage where they're calling a hit, where they call themselves out. I've made compilation videos where that's all I'll do. I think I'm going to start doing that again. I don't shoot a single player. I'm just going to hit, good shot, good trade. That's all I'm going to do. Sportsmanship. Whatever happened to that? Normal gameplay and humor. Just being a cheeky, silly person. Not using profanity. Just not being a D-bag. Here's how you affect change at your field. I'm telling you right now. This is a conversation I have had. I'll show you the DMs if you think I'm full of it. This is a conversation I've had with many players from different states. Hey, I like HPA for this reason. I like die for this reason. I always have these problems that other players perceive me or field staff will perceive me as. And the SoCal Tactical Airsoft video is a great example of it. The refs that said that they watch die HPA players more than anyone else. The biased staff members. You want to start fighting that mindset, it starts with you. It starts with what you're putting out on Instagram. If you're one of these kids that are putting like all this cringy footage out, you're part of the problem. Because it's easier and it's more popular to post. If I mag dump an 8-year-old, look, how long ago was the burn my patch video? How old is that? People to this day are still talking about it. New players, when new players come to the field, maybe that's anywhere from their first to their third time playing Airsoft. New players still talk about that burnt patch video. And that's not new. But it's the most popular video in Airsoft online. Nothing is more popular. No other subject, no other topic is more popular than that. Challenge me. I'd love to hear this. Because when I say popular, it needs to be popular with new players. No. Well, Demo's way more popular, to the niche players. But if you look at the most viral thing out there, it's the burnt patch mag dump video. Millions, hundreds of thousands, if not millions, all over. So it's easier to post negative content on your platforms. It's all going to be easier to do that because that's what that attracts attention. People want to talk about it. You got to understand, one of the ways in which a video becomes viral based on the Instagram algorithm is comments. The more comments something gets, the more Instagram will go, oh, let's put this in our featured video because this is getting a lot of interactions. Well, a lot of those interactions are negative. It's people trash talking like, yo, you mag dumped a kid. What's wrong with you? Like, you're feeding that fire. No one's really posting as much positive as negative content. Or if they are, then they're still quiet about it. If you want to change the mindset of your own field, it needs to start with you. With everything you can. Don't worry about other players. It's what he does is none of your business. If some kid doesn't call a hit, it's none of your business. You go to the ref, you say, hey, I think I shot that kid, but he didn't call it. And you walk away and you shut your mouth. You don't go over there, you don't confront him, you don't post videos of it. We know it's happening. We know. You go to a staff member, you shut your mouth. What you do post is you calling a hit or a fair exchange between you and another player. Or a picture of you letting some new player use your mask or one of your magazines, or you doing something that gives back to a community. You being a positive influence in the community. That's how you change it. Think I'm playing. What I do. That's all I do. All I am is just not a jerk. Sometimes. That I'm talking to the kids that are at these fields. that have refs that don't like your style, it starts with you. Because if you're not falling into that stereotype, you will start to get a good reputation at a field. You will. I'm living proof of that. I have people, when I was at this, almost cried at N1 when this happened. I'll tell you why. Last time I was at N1 was for the Jungle Ball meeting, the rules meeting. And I had something I wanted to say for rules, and I was wearing my Airsoft Ministry shirt. Keep in mind, I still don't know how many people know who I am. Like, apparently I'm a big deal. Whatever. I go down to the Jungle Ball meeting. I say, hey guys, I'm James. I'm from Roseville. And everyone's like, yeah, Caber, we know. I'm like, wait. How do you guys, you're all like high level. You're some of the best teams in the game, and you know who I am? Like, I know who every one of you are. I'm fans of all of your teams. And you know who I am? How? We've never met. Oh. The rants. The positive content I put out. Oh, okay. That's how people from Canada know who I am. That's how people from other states talk to me. It's how other refs at other fields talk to me about being a better ref. Yet, if you ever think I'm lying, I will show you the DMs. Other refs from other fields talk to me and say, hey, help me out with this. I'm trying to sort this wording out, or I've had this problem. Like, what would you do? Other refs talk to me about being a better ref. Do you know what an honor it is in this community to have that pull or that presence in this community? That's big for me. I love that. Sounds like I'm on myself, but come on. It actually feels really good. If you don't make a community better, why are you in the community? It starts with you and yourself and what you do. It starts with your actions. Over time, your actions will create a positive reputation. That way, when someone says, hey, that kid full autoed me, other refs will go, yo, he said Johnny full autoed him. That doesn't sound like him. Let's go ask. Like, hey, bro, did you full auto this kid? Like, no, dude, it's semi-locked. Look, you can't full auto it at all. Like, that's what we thought. We'll go talk to that kid. We're sorry to bother you. Thank you. How many players at your field, if some random player comes up to a staff member and says, hey, that HPA player full autoed me, how many refs right off the bat are going to believe that new player versus you who have been playing there for several months, but because you have an HPA, they don't like you and your style? You feel me? Does this make sense? Starts with you. You start putting out positive content and great things are going to happen. I'm living proof. I'm going to say this over and over again. I am proof that good things happen when you put out positive content. They do. Look at how many podcasts I've been on. I got to teach at Tech City. Do you understand what an honor that was for me? I never feel like I deserve anything in this world. I got to teach at a huge field, at a very prominent field in our world. Why? Oh, because I'm a nice guy. Because everyone knows that I'm not a jerk. Because everyone knows that I put out good vibes. I'm all about happiness and good stuff. So why don't other people do that? Oh, because being positive doesn't get the views. Oh. Okay. I see. Also, you can't mag dump someone to put out cringy footage and then expect to be sponsored. Like, you understand how this works, right? Yo, just be yourself. Don't worry about trying to be popular. I tell people not to subscribe to me, and I have 103 subscribers on YouTube. I literally tell people all the time to not subscribe, follow, like, ignore me, ignore my presence. Oh, wait, you can't. Because usually what I'm saying is honest, sincere, from the heart, and generally not wrong. Generally. So I make some pretty good points. I don't do unboxing videos because I think they're a waste of time. The way I view content generation is if someone else is doing it, I have no business doing it. It's been done. I'm not going to copy someone else's content. I'm not going to do an unboxing video for a Crytek because there's already a butt zillion of them already out there. It's a literal waste of my time to do an unboxing video. Unless someone's trying to slide me that money. Even then, maybe not. Maybe not. Someone wants to say, pay for me to go to N1 for a weekend. Maybe I could do an unboxing video for a high cap. We'll see. I don't know. Everyone here understands my stance on sponsorships, but if you're trying to be sponsored and have a good presence and good standing in the community, you ain't going to do it by being a terrible player. You're not. Especially in a local area, because field owners talk. I have, in my phone right now, I have field owner phone numbers, I have field manager phone numbers, I have owners for prominent airsoft companies. Like, I have a lot of phone numbers in my phone that I really shouldn't, because I'm just an idiot with a beard. But we all talk. The airsoft world is very small, and it talks. They all talk. Two fields in competition with each other. Promise you, there is still a direct line of communication. Somehow. Either from a ref to a manager, or manager. Two fields that are competing still have direct line of communication with each other. They might not use it often, but they will still communicate with each other for something. What else did I want to say? Keep in mind also that in the airsoft world, if you have, say, 100 players on a field on a regular Saturday general play, really only 10 of them are going to be considering themselves active on social media. Everyone else just views. No one being a content creator in airsoft is, we're talking niche of niche. Niche of the niche. Like the 1% of the 1%, right? So, people's view, mind you, 100 players, 10 of them are content creators. Are they positive or negative content creators? I don't know. But those other 90 kids are only going to see what goes viral. So if those 90 kids only see HPA and die players mag dumping people for fun, they don't know that it was at HSP and it was a private event at night. You know what I'm talking about. They don't know that. They don't know it's a private match. They think it's real. They don't know it's those kids just mag dumping each other for goofs, for the gram, for the views. They're doing it for state. Is that a thing? That was a thing like 2 years ago on Snapchat, apparently. I'm almost 34. Back off. They don't know that. All kids know is what they see. Kids are very impressionable. Why do you think in these rants and on my ASM Caber, you never see me consume alcohol, you never see me use tobacco products, and you don't hear me swear? Now, podcasts are different. Anything directly that goes on my ASM Caber account, I don't post it if it's not G-rated, or I guess PG-rated? I love a good cigar. Sometimes when I drink, I'll have a cigarette. I don't drink anymore, but when I do, you better watch out. When I start drinking, things get weird. Usually my pants come off, and I run around in a park. Maybe I'll share those stories one day. You don't see that. I do not put that. So the way that ASM Caber, my Instagram account, came out was I had a personal account first. I had a personal Instagram that I really created when I started playing Airsoft, when I started at the Airsoft field, because all the kids had Instagram. So I was like, yeah, this could be fun. But I used it for everything. It was like army stuff, workout stuff, drinking. So one night, a girl had broken up. One of my girlfriends, a girlfriend of mine, one of my girlfriends, sounds like I was dating multiple girls at the time. I wasn't. Never done that. Never mind. This girl broke up with me, so me and my friends, we went out to the bar, because that's what you do. And I got sloshed. There was pictures of, I was putting up pictures of drinks, and it was the Dave & Buster's, the Dave & Buster's in Roseville, I remember, because they have delicious drinks, the fruitiest of beverages. So I was drinking all of anything. I was just ordering, give me this side of the menu and then have this side on deck. So I was ordering a lot of booze. And I started throwing it up on Instagram, drunk posting and all this stuff. Ethan I get a text message from Ethan that says, "Dude, are you okay?" Like, I mean, kind of. Why? People that knew me from the Airsoft field had sent Ethan a message, and they're just like, "Yo, you need to rope in your boy. He out drinking. This doesn't seem like something that a member of your staff should do." So I went, "Oh, I screwed up. Oh, I screwed up bad." So I created ASM Caber. I love beer. I love going with my father to the BJ's in Roseville, usually every weekend or every other weekend or so. We have lunch, have a beer, and just shoot the stuff. I swear a lot. If you listen to the podcast interviews I was on, I got a mouth like a sailor. But you don't see it on this YouTube channel, and you don't see it on anything I throw on my ASM Caber Instagram. That's very important to me. It's very important that I maintain that image. Is that fake? No, that is not fake. It's not fake at all. Everything you see on YouTube, on Instagram, everything you see that I do is me. It's just whether or not I'm going to show you all aspects of it. That makes sense? It would not be appropriate for me as ASM Caber, who is the head referee of a church airsoft field, to wear an ASM shirt, go on Attack City podcast for the first time, and start dropping F-bombs. That's not how you represent a brand. That makes sense? So, that's a little bit of that. That's a long time. If you got questions on anything, you guys know you can always hit me up. Do a couple more videos for the day. And then I'm going to go to my buddy's house and be an adult. I love all you guys. Everyone knows that I love you. I love all the teams in SoCal. God bless everyone going down for Jungle Ball this weekend. If you're one of the teams down there, I love you. I hope I can come down and hang out with you again. I hope I can meet all the teams from the N1 from the SoCal area. Like anyone, any team, anyone, when I go down to SoCal, if I'm anywhere, if I'm at a field, don't mess with me. If I'm not at a field, I don't want to talk to you. If I'm at a field somewhere, at an airsoft field, and just come say hi to me. Like, I don't like going up to people and being like, I will fanboy out almost every time I go to N1. Be like, "Oh, you're with SOAS. You're with this team. You guys are with Black Sheep, or you with LTD, or just, Figgy, you're so short and adorable. I'm gonna give you a big hug." And I did. But for me, it's weird. Like, bro, calm down, James. You're fanboying too hard right now. So, anyone can come up and give me a hug. I'll try and start hugging people more and start saying hey. But I, surprisingly enough, am fairly shy when I go to other fields. Because, I don't, is it okay if I just, walk up and give you a big... Can I give you a hug? No? Can I? I don't know what to do. Anyway, I love all of you. Go away.